Imagine turning Figma designs into a fully formatted Confluence page with AI handling 90% of the work, and you just approving via text or voice clips on your phone. That's what we're going to cover today. So let's see it. My client requested for a multi-agent approach with MCPs and human-in-the-loop approach. However, the technology doesn't allow us to have multi-agent on production yet. It's very hype at the moment, and it wouldn't be reliable if I were to apply what he told me exactly. So the client also wanted a supervisor agent, so I kept that supervisor AI agent, which in this case it's with a product manager agent, and this is how it looks. AI product manager agent. So we took out the multi-agent approach out of the window. Supervisor agent stay. Human in the loop approach stay, and it's communicating directly to the user through Telegram chat interface, and then it just executes. It calls all these tools when it needs it, sequential order. And then my priority this was to be reliable and security. That's every time I do an automation, I try to accomplish that because clients are paying for that. So we took multi-agent out of the window and MCPs out of the window because they're not reliable as of now. The supervisor agent is we sprinkle it throughout the automation where we need it. We try to minimize it so that way we are more reliable and there's less hallucinations and all that stuff. And on the other parts, we use traditional automations to keep the reliability to as much as possible. Maintaining human approval at every stage ensures quality control and mitigates risk in each AI-generated output passes for user validation before moving to the next step. This design reduces error and prevents unchecked AI actions that could compromise security and reliability. Each sub-workflow will output a kind of a GIF package to the AI agent, and the AI agent, instead of processing, adding stuff to the output or something else, it just takes that GIF from the sub-workflow or tool and sends it to the user interface without modifying anything or adding anything. That way it's ready, and it reduces hallucinations or errors. And so that's what it does. And of course, it knows what it's outputting, but it's not modifying or adding anything to what the tool outputted. So it happens with every tool that the AI agent is producing. So another thing that architecture, it's that we use Redis as chat memory for production. So it's production ready. And here it expires 24 hours, and we use Redis memory throughout the automation in each superflow as well. So instead of the AI agent remembering, this tool I put this type of output, and now I gotta pass it to this other tool, so it has that data, and then this other tool will need these previous data of the output that it had. And so instead of doing that, I took the approach of, okay, we want Redis, and so we're going to apply Redis at each superflow. We're going to save what we need, and so we just call that Redis save to get that information into each superflow. See, we also use GPT-5 in this for the AI agent, as you can see right here. GPT-5. First, I was using GPT-5 Mini just to save tokens, but it wasn't doing a good job. We have so many tools, up to 5 in this case, that it was confusing, and sometimes it was not getting it was getting a high error rate, a medium error rate. And when I switched to GPT-5, the error rate decreased significantly. Context window length, I had it up to 2000 or something like that. And what I found out was that every time the AI was processing, it was processing with all the chat history. So it would get a lot of tokens. And so what I decided to do is, okay, let's minimize this to what we essentially, yeah, you don't see any difference. So that's good. Now we're going to cover the main workflow, which is this one where we are in. And here there are mainly 3 triggers. The main trigger that the user would use is the Telegram chat, which is this one, and say hi to my AI agent, AI product manager agent. And this is where the principal chat is. It's Telegram, and it's one of the best chats that exist, better than WhatsApp in my opinion. And here you can also communicate through voice clips. The other trigger is that this is going to automatically trigger every day at noon, and it's just gonna give us, in kind of similar to this, it's gonna look for Figma URLs in your Gmail and Slack, and it's gonna send it to Telegram chat user interface. The other trigger is this chat message that it's through N8N. Client wanted it. I remember he wanted it. However, this is not for production. This is usually used for testing purposes. But since client wanted it, I just added it. It works, and we can try it out. That's it. But the main chat is Telegram, and it's more reliable. This is not as reliable, and this is not for production. So here it has found 22 unique Figma URLs, as you can see. Now I'm gonna trigger this schedule trigger. It triggers every day at noon, but so you can see how its output is. And as you can see, it's working its way through Telegram, and then we're gonna see it through the chat. So right now it's 7:18 a.m. in the morning where I am, and it says, okay, and it gives us this all 22 Figma URLs. And let's look into the details here, because I kind of had this organized here. It says the name, who sent it, and then the source that it came from. And as you can see, we'll see a Slack here, the source that it came from, and Slack doesn't provide the name, so we just put the username here. And here, let's say if there's two URLs that is repeated in Slack or email, or Slack and Slack into multiple channels, then it will not repeat the same URL. It will just put the same URL once, and then it says it comes from this username, from this source, from Slack or email. So yes, and here it gives you the guidelines, what to say and how to follow. But now we're gonna go through the phone, because you can do this through the phone as well, since we're in Telegram. And so right now I'm in Telegram, and as you can see here, I'm gonna say find URLs in Slack. Find URLs in Slack. And you can also see here that the voice that is updated here as well. And let's just wait for the result. While we're waiting, I'm gonna be explaining the first sub-workflow or tool that the AI agent use, which is this one. This is more of traditional automation, and it's the AI agent triggers this one, needs it, and the user can say find Figma URLs in general, and it will automatically know that he has to go through these two, meaning looking in your email and looking in the Slack workspace that you work in all the channels. And then if the user says find URLs in Slack, it will just give you the Slack. That's what we just said, and let's see if we have a result. We just got our result here. So I put it in at 7:19 a.m. and then it's 7:20. Give us a result, and then it found all the, as you can see, the source is here: Slack. And now I'm gonna say, just for the sake of it, I'm gonna say find URLs in email. Find URLs in email. You don't have to say Gmail in it. It's all kind of taken care of. And now this, as you can see, there's so many URLs that you're seeing, but this is just for testing purposes, just so you can see it. But here, when we activate this, right now it's deactivated. This is to remove duplicates, so you will only see one. The new messages will only show up once. Let's say if someone sends you a text through Slack, it will only show that text and not the previous that you have already seen or seen there in the chat. And so normally you would only see one, two, or the new ones that you have gotten from email or Slack, or as you requested. How we want it, merge it, add source, and organize data, and then we put it as a package, as a GIF package, so the AI agent can have it, and then the AI agent grabs this packet and sends it to Telegram as a gift, and that's how you see this result. That, as you can see, the source, it says found 12 unique Figma URLs, and then in the source you see Gmail, 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 and find URLs in Gmail. That's what I said. And now the next is the Figma processor. So let's say, okay, so we want something. So let's try number 9, and let's say process 9. Right now, how I have it set up is that it has a limitation of 31 images that it can process, but if another user wants to expand that, it can be done. However, it will increase the tokens used. And while that is happening, so it's process 9, it's going through this workflow. Here also we have mainly traditional automation. As you can see, there's no AI here involved. And here we extract Figma ID from the URL that way, and then we save it into Redis. That way we can use that Figma URL as an ID, kind of. Figma ID, I mean. And then we use it to identify the URLs in later workflows. Get Figma frame details from Figma, and then we get temporary images URLs. We add original index number to each image, and then we download it. Download it from Figma, and then we set a naming convention, and then R2 kicks in. R2, it's R2 Cloudflare. That's where we save all the images to have somewhere to save it, and then we generate a 24-hour expiration token, and we save that. Every save expires in 24. Format data to prepare for output, and then user ready output. We hand this as a gift to the AI agent, so the AI agent can take care of it and send it to the user. And as you can see, I said try again. It responded with try again, and it processed it this time. These are the things that you sometimes get with the AI agents that process it a little different every time. So that's why you get these at times. It's not always, but most of the time it gets it right. Because I have improved the prompt significantly. And as you can see, there's this and that. This is a private URL that I have created in R2, and just for security purposes, the only public URL that where I needed to create was in Lovable, because Lovable wasn't accepting private URLs. It's That's that, and we're gonna say yes, and now it's gonna pass to the PRD generator. So workflow, the AI agent activates this, and here we have a sprinkle AI through here and here. So traditional automation and sprinkle AI here and here. Here mainly what this is to get all the results and data that we have acquired in the previous workflows. All the stuff that we need here, we call it through Redis, and then we clean up the data and organize it. And then we put all items into one package, so it's ready to pass through the switch node, which in the first instance where we're going to create the PRD for the first time, it's going to come through here. Here formats all images and prompts, all of this. And then we analyze the image using OpenAI. And here I'm using GPT-4o since there's no GPT-5 for this one yet. And the prompt, it's here, it's an expression, but the prompt here, it is located here on the code node. And let's see it. Here you see system prompt, you are a senior product manager, and then user prompt, it's here. and the user can always modify as they want. Here, what I try to do is to try to have it as close to Confluence format page that we want, so that we don't have to do edits. So if user wants to change this, he or she is welcome to, and then yes. So yeah, just be careful from breaking something. And then trim down GPT preamble to PRD. So usually when you get a response from OpenAI or any LLM, you get a, oh, I'll create this PRD for you and blah blah blah. So we trim down that, so we only have the product requirement document that we want. And then merges. Let's see if we have a response, and we have here, it says generating PRD complete executive summary. The product is an e-commerce. It gives you some glimpse of what's in the document. And if the user wants to see, we'll click there. Or let's see if you're on the go, because I have tried this on the go and it's super neat because you can just do it on the go and you can talk to it and everything, and you would check it out. And here on your phone, you can also see it as well. But we're gonna look through here. It's executive summary test. It's progress in e-commerce, website goals, product requirements, overview type requirements, layout, order, location tab, interaction requirements, frequent asked questions, customer experience, technical specifications, outstanding questions, and those and that. Let's say we want to add it, and this time I'm gonna do it through the phone. So it says, if you would like to add it, say add it, otherwise approve PRD for Lovable preparation, as the chat was saying. And so I'm gonna say edit, add a table about Christian having an Ironman suit automated. So now instead of going around saving the world, he's eating pizza all day long, watching Netflix in the couch. And we're just gonna wait. But this time, everything's gonna work the same, except it's gonna pass through the edit path, which is how I have it set it up, is that, or the document that you just saw, it's everything's going to stay the same, except the the portion that the user has requested to add or change will be changed or added, and everything is the same, exactly the same. And so yes, and in this case we use GPT-5 since it was available on this one. It's not available on analyzing images yet. And this is the system and prompt for user prompt here. And then we make the data here through using code, a little bit of code, to make it equal to the same output that came from edit from the other path. They merge and they go through here. Let me explain a little bit this. Extract PRD text, the text that we want from what we had from OpenAI. We save it, the raw content. We create a short summary to respond to the user, and then we create a HTML document to prepare it for the PDF. So this is the work behind what it takes to put it into PDF, the PDF that you saw, which we have to convert it to HTML, and then we do an HTTP request we use PDFShift site to do all this. So do an HTTP request there to have the PDF created. Get session IDs, code build key. Then we upload the file to R2, Cloudflare, and then we do an HTTP request to there too as well. Includes Figma ID, summary in the output, Redis, delete, which is in case there's nothing here from the previous executions, and then we save the PDF for future use if we want it. User ready output, we hand it. We prepare the output as a GIF so the AI agent can hand it to the user interface, which is Telegram. And here we have a response right now. It says, please editing PRD complete. Please check out the PDF for changes made. URL valid for 24 hours. It warns you, and then it tells you the next steps. Let's see the changes. Frequent customer narrative. Outstanding. Christian Ehrman automation. Person asset. PRD current. Christian Ehrman suit, automated, eating pizza all day, watching Netflix on couch. No longer going around sipping the world. So we're gonna go through the next step, which is it says approve PRD for Lovable preparation. We're gonna say yes. Or if you wanna keep editing, you can say edit. And so we're gonna say yes, and we're gonna go to the Lovable sub workflow. Here, the AI agent calls this sub workflow, activates it, and then we essentially the previous data that we need from the previous workflows. We organize it and extract URLs from the parse array, get all this data together, and put it as a package so the AI agent can have it and send it to the user. A Lovable doesn't have a public API, so it's not doable to automate the process of creating an app in Lovable. What you can do in Lovable is once you created the app, you can automate that app. That's what I heard, but not the process of creating an app. That's why we, in this case, the AI agent will ask for the user to copy, paste, and submit the following Lovable to Lovable. It gives you everything kind of on a platter, so you can choose copy, paste, and submit. So we're gonna do it, and then Lovable. So we're gonna copy, paste, making sure everything's good, and submit. We're just gonna wait, and then the next stage after that, it's Confluence key. For the first time, the first time that the user executes this, it's gonna go through here. It's gonna request a Confluence ID or a space key in Confluence, and then it's gonna extract and catch a space key, and we're gonna save it. Once saved, every time the user runs through this, it's gonna know. It's gonna give the space key, and this doesn't have an expiration, so it's gonna have it for until deleted. And then here, essentially, we do the same thing as previous. We get all the information that we are interested into this workflow from Redis, using Redis from the previous workflows executed, and then we organize all this data into how we want it. We do an HTTP request to Confluence to check and generate a unique title. We do some coding involved to finalize the unique title, and then we convert everything to PRD, convert PRD Markdown to HTML. Here's the code. However, the HTML that Confluence requires, it's unique because it has a specific name that it use similar to HTMLX, and that's why we needed this code build Confluence HTML. It has a certain name, but I don't remember the name. Then code build Confluence payload, it's here as well. And then if it's a new page, it's gonna go through here. If it's updating a page, it's going to go through here. And in this case, we do HTTP requests and all that. And if everything's successful, it's gonna go through the success path. If not, it's gonna give out an error output gift to the AI agent, so the AI agent can grab it and send it to the user. That's still working, and however, if it goes to the success path, we're gonna set a success output, and then we're gonna save that output here because we're gonna need it for this super workflow, which is executed every time we have a success. I'll cover that in a bit, and then we should prepare this as an output. It's essentially the same thing here, but this execution will be this. Will every time it goes through the Confluence super workflow and the automation is successful of it, it will go through this super workflow. It will activate this super workflow, and here we use OpenAI to create a response to the Figma URL that you got from someone else that requested, oh, I want this to be done in Confluence, please, by this date. And so we're creating a response, and we're using GPT-5 Mini. So every time Confluence executes successful, it's gonna activate this workflow, and it's gonna send a message to a Slack and email. Slack to your private message as a private message, and in email it's gonna create a draft. And now we have an app, a prototype app, which We go here, we go there. It's okay. So the user can modify this as they want. And then what they do is publish. What the chat is waiting for, it's waiting for the publish URL from Lovable. And once it gets it, it means that you don't have to say anything else. It means that you want to proceed to Confluence. AI agent will grab this URL and it will include it in the Confluence final PRD page. So, and it tells you all of this. It guides you what to say, how to say it. Once you have published your level prototype, paste the publish URL here. That's my signal to proceed to Confluence. Now a confirmation, yes or no needed. We got a response. And it says publish complete, Confluence page. It celebrates automation complete. Yeah. And it says process another design, and you would say yes if you want. It will come back to the beginning by searching if there's any more Figma URLs sent to you. And we're gonna check the chat, the Confluence report. So it's gonna give you the title, build, pre-flight check, inventory manager, executive summary there, interactive prototype, it's there as well. Let's check it out. Yeah, just like we left it. And let's go back. And then goals, product requirements, review tab requirements, purchase orders, shipments, location tab, user flows, add to cart. How do I compare products? Customer experience narrative, technical specifications, outstanding questions, Christian admin automation. And as you can see in this, because it was already structured, the kind of the markdown, it has still created a table in the final Confluence page. So you see, Christian person Christian asset item suit, automation status automated, current activities eating pizza all day, watching Netflix on the couch. Notes no longer going around saving the world. And document information, it gives us the date, today's date, and the time. Product manager, you would change it to your name, and then that's it. So you can see that's that. And here's the agent. And you see we responded with yes, and it looked for new Figma URLs just by you responding with a yes. And imagine all of this, you can do it by going around while you're walking, while you're shopping. You can be with your phone saying yes, yes. Since it's very little interaction with the user can only has to approve and check it out, approve, and all that stuff. So imagine going around doing those things. While I was testing this, I was going around shopping and approving. So that's very neat. I wanna test the limits of it. So we're gonna try to do a 31 image instead of, I think this was 12, 10 images. So let me see if I can find a 31 images URL so you can see. So you can also say process this and put the URL that you want. So yeah, we got a response and it says 31 exported images and folders will expire. And let's check it out. So yes, right, okay. So, and we're gonna say yes, and we're just gonna keep going. It's gonna be quick. While that's happening, so let me explain. As a client, you will get a folder with the automation files. This is a profile picture that I had for this one, so I included so the client can have it. And then documentation. So let's say if for some reason I stop working for my client for some reason, the client has the documentation, so it can take this documentation and give it to another developer so they can just create something. They're not lost. And so I have created kind of a guide with videos, as you can see, that they can watch. the user would have to download and save these videos because it's not guaranteed that I'll keep explaining each workflow, as you can see. And just in real life Figma scanner and all those. Here the generator. So how do you use chat, troubleshooting steps, those things. Then we have a response, and then we're going to say edit what a table about, the logs at. We're just gonna go click on this. Then it says yes if you would like to. Let's check it out. And we're just gonna search for Nemo was a C, those things, and say yes. And it gives us all of this. Since there are 31 URLs, it's a lot longer, this one. So yes, we'll just copy the here. So we're gonna copy and paste it here, and every time it has Lovable puts, it's a big copy that you make, big paste that you make. Every time Lovable puts some dots, which can break the URL, so that's why I delete it. And then I'm just gonna delete this and submit. This was tough because Lovable would sometimes pretend that it read the files when it not, and it wouldn't tell me. That's why I have this prompt before any command that I have to build the app, so that it tell us if it read it or not. So let me go through it. So there it is. Get all the details. Says privileges. All right, so now we're gonna publish and copy and paste the URL, the prototype URL. Close. Copy. Next. Now we got our result. It says publish complete, and that's it. Asset validated bot, inventory manager, executive summary, the link, goals, product requirements, overview type requirements, feature sections, user flows, interaction requirements for organized questions, customer experience narrative, technical specifications, outstanding questions, email loss at sea. And as you noticed, it didn't show on the PDF a table, but now it's showing on Confluence a table. So yeah, the code fixes it, and we just improve it. Document information tells you the date and time, product manager, and that's it. And that should be it. All right. If you would like to hire me, I am open for a few 1 to 2 spots, and let me know. Okay. See ya. Bye.